From the beaches to the valleys. At 5, this is KEYT News Channel 3, where the news comes first.
Information tonight about a man hit and killed while walking on the freeway near Goleta. We have his name tonight, and we know more about the off-duty police officer who hit him. It's our top story tonight at 5. Good evening, everybody. I'm CJ Ward.
And I'm Beth Farnsworth. We begin with that late-night tragic accident on the 101 that took the life of a Santa Barbara man.
The driver of the car involved was a police officer, and News Channel 3 senior reporter John Palmentary joins us live. And John, we have learned that that officer was off-duty at the time.
Yes, it's Lieutenant Ed Olson, who's been with the department for a long time, and we all know him very well. He was done with his shift. He was in his own car, and he was driving home. But all of a sudden, a pedestrian was in his lane of the freeway, and a terrible collision occurred. A pedestrian died on Highway 101 near Goleta Tuesday evening, and a high-ranking Santa Barbara police officer was at the wheel of the vehicle involved. The car was driven by Lieutenant Ed Olson, who had just completed his 10-hour shift as the watch commander and was heading home about 10:30. The California Highway Patrol has identified the victim as 34-year-old Daniel Ramos of Santa Barbara. The collision occurred north of Turnpike, but witnesses say they saw Ramos on both sides of the center divider. It's unknown why he was there.
We're going to do a 24-hour profile. We're going to go back, try to talk to family, try to talk to any friends that may have been with him or know what was going on with him at that time. And we're also going to do a toxicology to see if there's anything in the system of the person that was killed today.
Signs on the freeway ramps near the accident scene clearly show that pedestrians are not allowed in the area to walk or even hitchhike on the shoulder. The accident scene wasn't far from the northbound on-ramp here at Turnpike. It's unclear how Daniel Ramos got there. He may have gone over a fence or simply just used the same lane that drivers use here when they get on the freeway in the northbound direction. The CHP says Olson slammed on his brakes before the collision that left his car's hood and windshield smashed in.
Well, at the scene, you actually see that the driver made a left steering input to try to avoid somebody that was in the number 1 lane. There's actually a long stretch of skid marks to prove that there.
Olson had minor injuries and was transported to Cottage Hospital. The accident closed off 1 lane of the freeway for 2 hours for an extensive CHP investigation and to remove the wrecked car. And there will be a detailed investigation which began last night with measurements and photos and also interviews. It'll be consistent with all fatal collisions investigated by the California Highway Patrol. And this type of accident will have nothing unique about it because a police officer was involved. The images you saw there of Lieutenant Olson were from a previous interview, and we have done those many times. That was just file video. We weren't able to talk to him today, and he's at home recovering.
Okay, and toxicology, of course, will take quite some time.
Yeah, it'll be done by the Department of Justice and does take several weeks.
Okay, so tragic. Thank you, John. A barricaded suspect and his girlfriend are behind